Welcome back. We are continuing our video series of our virtual plan room and specifically a little mini series about slip sheeting. And if you remembered in our previous videos, we had prepped all these drawings to get ready for slip sheeting. So now we're at the point that we need to actually slip sheet it into our current set. So we have our folder here, our temporary folder with our temporary slip sheet with the 5 new files that need to be brought into our current set. So I want to show you that current set. We have our live documents here, and it's all under current set. And we have our folder structured, divided up per division, so structural, architectural, plumbing. And so something to keep in mind is one thing that Bluebeam can do is it can read the parent folder, the current set, and include all the subfolders in it, and I'll show you that in a second. But all we're going to be focusing in on this is our architectural, because all we have is architectural sheets. If you remember, we had those drawings. It was A102B, and you can see that this date is November 6th. And then A103B, the last time it was updated was December 3rd. A104B, the last time it was updated was 11/7, such and so forth. So well, I'll come back to that in a second. So our current drawings that we need to bring in are these 5. Okay. Now, we could simply just copy those and then paste it into the folder, and basically it will just flat out overwrite those drawings. The problem with that is if we had any markups on those sheets, on those files, we would lose them because it would just overwrite the file, and these sheets don't have any markups on them. So that's why slip sheeting is such a beautiful thing that Bluebeam has come up with, that it will retain the markups and it will basically slip this new sheet in behind all of those markups and replace that old page. So let's get started with that. To start that, I'm going to bring this to the side just so we can see any changes that we'll see in the folders. And our changes will happen in our architectural. So remember A102B with the dates on that. We'll get to that in a second. Now Bluebeam is open here, but we don't need any sheets open because all we're doing is the slip sheeting function. So go up here to batch, find batch, and do the drop down, and then you want slip sheet. So select slip sheet. And here's what it's trying to do. It is looking for the current pages, which is these pages in our folder, or the current sheets. And again, you could do the folder or the subfolder. So if we wanted to select the individual files, which we could, there's only 5, you could do that. But it's much easier just to select the whole folder, or again, if you had architectural and structural and civil or plumbing, if you had all of those, you would want to make sure that you check the add folder and select your parent folder with all the subfolders in it, and it will bring all of those in. Since this is architectural only, we'll just click add folder, and we will just go grab that folder. So current set and architectural. So that's what we'll grab. And what you can see is it's bringing in all the files that are in this folder. Now, the revised pages are what it's going to replace it with, or slip sheet it with. So again, you can do the individual files or the folder or the subfolder. So let's just select folder. And remember that was in our temp slip sheet folder, so we just select that and it brings in those 5 files. Now what we're doing here is we're simply matching the file name, that's why it's so important to make sure that the file names are exactly the same. So file name to file name. So that's what we're picking. And we won't take a look at advanced. And let's just hit match. Now, one thing to note is it had a return of matched 10 pages. And how it's counting that is it matched 1 page and 2 page. So 102B and 102B are 2 pages that it matched together. Something to keep in mind about that is 5, that's not a big deal, but if you had 30 sheets, you would expect a return of 60 matched pages. And you want to check this because if you got a return of 58 pages, that means one of your files are misnamed or something and did not get matched, and you're not getting something slip sheeted in. The next thing that we want to check is the slip sheet, how it's going to slip sheet. So again, if we had a file that had the all these sheets into one file, you might pick this revised pages before current page. But since these are all individual sheets, we're going to pick replace current pages with revised pages. And what that's going to do is remember our markups, we want to make sure that this is checked. So instead of replacing a page, it's going to like take those markups and slip our new sheet in behind it. And if you typically flatten your markups, before you close them and save them and close them, this will unflatten those markups, and then it will copy the markups onto the new page, and then it will flatten it again for you all in one step. Okay. So here's our criteria that it's going to be executing, and I want you to pay attention before we hit OK to these. So again, A102B, it was November 6th. A103B, it was December 3rd. A104B, November 7th. And we can't see 401 and 402, but watch these over here as I hit OK. And you can see that it's working. And it said that it replaced 5 sheets, not a problem. And let's click OK. And so if we go over here, A102B is now, it just happened right now, December 4th at 10:52 a.m. And 103B, December 4th. And 104B, December 4th. So we know that it worked. So that's the beauty of slip sheeting. Thank you for reviewing the slip sheeting process with me, and I hope this has helped you.